call the meeting to order. In a second.
We're just talking about you, bud.
I say he comes in 1 minute after.
Got my name on.
Al. Yep, we're good. Okay, start again. We'll call the meeting to order. Secretary, could you call a roll, please? Got that sheet?
Yep, I got
You sheet.
All right. Keith Campbell,
Here.
Jim Steelsmith,
Here.
Steve Eisenbrown, not here. Bill Gallagher,
Here.
Kyle Ferris.
Here.
Chris, how do you say your last name?
Baroni.
And Amy Richardson. There.
Okay. First order of business is approval of the agenda with flexibility. I have a motion to approve the agenda with flexibility.
I move, go ahead.
I motion to approve the agenda with flexibility.
Okay,
I second the motion.
0 seconds. Favor say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. It is approved. I know no one's probably read the minutes yet, so do you want me to read the minutes or you want to take a minute to look them over? Whichever way you want to do it. I guess I could just read it, it's not that long. Chairman Keith Campbell called to order the regular meeting of the BZA at 7:30. Asked for roll call members as Keith, Jim, Steve, and Bill. Kyle was absent. Chris and Amy were here. Mike Cannon was absent. But Jim was here twice. And Valerie was here. By the Zoom, we have Mike Cavler and Bob Singer. Mr. Campbell requested approval of the agenda with flexibility. Mr. Gallagher made a motion to accept the agenda with flexibility. Mr. Eisenbrown seconded the motion. Mr. Campbell requested a voice vote. All ayes, no nays. Motion carried. Agenda with flexibility approved. Mr. Campbell requests a review of the BZA meeting minutes for September 16th, 2024. Mr. Campbell asked if there's any comments or questions. Hearing none, Mr. Campbell requested a motion. Mr. Eisenbrown made a motion to accept the September 16th, 2024 regular BZA minutes as corrected, revised. Mr. Gallagher seconded the motion. Mr. Campbell asked for a voice vote. All ayes, no nays. Minutes approved. We had no new applications. Mr. Eisenbrown inquired if the Harlem Township Fire Chief has followed up on inspection of the recently approved Miller rezoned auto repair shop. Mr. Steelsmith with follow up with Mr. Cannon to see if an inspection has been scheduled with the fire chief. Mr. Steelsmith discussed a resident that is planning on moving a large barn to the township. There is no regulations on the height of a barn if the property is zoned agriculture. The future use of the barn, agricultural business, is unknown at this time. Mr. Peroni asked if there was any proactive actions or planning that the BZA can address to prepare for the potential increase in BZA applications. Mr. Steelsmith discussed nuisance signage on various properties. He also mentioned the upcoming preliminary meeting next Monday, October 28th, with Mr. Kaposha, whatever, as well as another commercial business on Fancher Road. He stated that the large commercial businesses have been addressed or in process. Mr. Campbell asked about township procedures regarding the township's declining an application that was recommended by the zoning commission. Mr. Steelsmith reviewed the procedures that the trustees do have the final authority to approve or deny an application. As an example, Mr. Steelsmith discussed Bandit LLC property business and how it is working with the commercial and residential area. Mr. Campbell and the board discussed the financial needs of commercial properties in the township. Mr. Steelsmith discussed training seminars hosted by Delaware County that would be good free training for the township and board members. On the county website, under the prosecutor's office tab, under civil handbook on laws and zoning, has excellent information. Zoning Director's report, no new report. Campbell asked for any additional comments, no questions or comments. Mr. Campbell stated the next BZA meeting will be held November 18th, 2024, 7:30 PM. Mr. Campbell asked for a motion to adjourn the meeting. Mr. Stillsmith made a motion to adjourn the meeting. Mr. Eisenbrown seconded the motion. Mr. Campbell requested a voice vote, all ayes, no nays, motion carried. The meeting adjourned at 7:57 PM. Anyone have any additions or corrections? Hearing none, we have a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes as read.
I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved. All right. We have no hearings tonight. And under new business, I think we have an application. I think you're Mr. Jacobus, right? You want to bring your stuff up here? We'll take a look.
Check. So
Everything goes to the secretary. That's Brown. Yes. I've got one.
Just in case.
Procedures for applications. All right. First thing we're looking at is the application typewritten or in black ink. It looks to be as such. Only one request per application. We're requesting here. Let's see the variance for lot frontage to be allowed to rezone to FR1, so the land can be split and turned into two separate conforming lots similar to the property 2 doors down the similar lot. Requesting a home occupation, that's not requesting that, so it don't apply. In the event there's more than one property owner, all owners must sign, or an acting agent shall have a notarized power of attorney. The acting agent shall provide authority granting power of attorney by furnishing a copy of the bylaw of the corporation. So Rachel will need to be here for the night of the hearing, and she's also an owner of the property, or she needs to give you power of attorney, so. The applicants complete the original and provide photocopies of applications, hold 9 packets or whatever, we have all the packets. So that's here. You can find it has a deed and legal description in the packet here. See a deed. Yeah, survey, it has a description, that would be, I would assume a legal description. Okay. With each request, the applicant shall provide a scaled drawing of the property, including the location of the present and proposed structures, the front, side, and rear setbacks, all structures and uses are to be included. I've seen them. Get that corrected. Okay. This needs attention. Application for sign, that's not applicable. We have a list of adjoining property owners. Okay. Without pulling up the auditor's website, I would assume a lot of these people have a spouse. And you need to at least list that person too on a separate line. And so,
So 5 to 11 are all.
so like number 3 says Edward, whatever, 3425 Greencliff Road is he the sole owner or there's another?
Place on there too.
Okay, I see it down here. All right. Okay. All right. Or Jacobus is on here, anybody?
Yeah. Half the neighborhood.
Okay. We'll go with that. Number 10. 11 by 17 detailed map in the county, Delaware County map room. No, we had that. Right side and from the Delaware County map room. I guess that
Mhm.
suffices. There are no subdivisions involved. Yeah. Number 12 says the dated receipt from the county for the map, not more than 30 days old. You have that receipt.
Off the map, it shows.
Down at the bottom.
That's on the very bottom, yeah.
Oh, on the very bottom.
Oh, down there.
Magnifying glass.
Okay.
I did not see that.
I don't know. I hate-
I picked it up.
I know I'm
Always read the
blind.
fine print.
I know I'm blind, so it's not a big deal. So it looks like we have everything that's required. Anybody have any questions about any of the application? Seems like it's complete for you all.
Mm.
If it all looks okay to everyone, I'll entertain a motion to receive the application and set a hearing date for December 16th at 7:35 PM. We'll make a motion.
I move we accept the application for variance.
We need to assign us a number.
Yeah, we need a number.
No. It's number 3. If it had 2 already, it's 3.
He's gonna check his
Let me
handy,
look.
he's gonna check his handy dandy notes here.
Boy,
What was the date again?
Pardon?
What was the date for the?
It'll be
hearing?
December 16th. 2024.
Uh, the last one we had was 2403.
This
This
is
would be
4.
4.
It'll be BZA 2024. HTBCA 2404.
Correct.
That's, did you say time? 7:35?
7:35, I make that motion.
We have a motion to accept application HTBZ 2404. Have a hearing on December 16th, 2024 at the Harlan Township Firehouse here. Do we have a second?
I second the motion.
Have a roll call vote, please.
Keith Campbell,
Aye.
Jim Steele Smith,
Aye.
Bill Gallagher,
Aye.
and Kyle Ferris.
Aye.
They
Yeah,
don't- they don't-
yeah, you don't have to have an alternate.
Well, yeah, if. we
It would
lose-
be, the newest, the latest, or first in would be, Mr. Peroni.
Right, so,
Chris Brown.
okay. You've been approved in your hearings next month at the 16th. We need a check from you for $500 paid to the Harlan Township trustees. At that tonight, I hope.
Mike Gannon told me it was 400.
Okay.
Whatever he said.
Yeah, whatever he said. Yeah.
He has the chart. I
I
don't.
don't have the chart in front of me now. Okay,
It was in the
I have it.
You
All
have
right.
a check?
Yep.
And wait,
very good.
I'll double check. Yep. Good to go.
we'll see you then next month at 7:35 with your spouse.
Thank you.
Got a question for you though. Is your dad, John,
Yes.
he was a realtor that sold me my house.
It's a lot of houses around.
Yeah.
He's been around for a while.
Yeah.
All right, see you.
Thank you, guys.
Agenda, the next item. Okay. We got no in-home occupation application, other application, any other new business, anything new to bring brought up? I have one item to discuss. Next year, I wish to step down as chairperson. And so we need to discuss who may or may not want to be interested in that job.
I didn't hear a motion for that.
Who may not be,
Sorry. You can't do
who
it.
who may not be interested in that, Kyle. I will, I will be the
Alternate,
what do you call it?
not alternate, vice chair.
Vice chair. I mean, to help anyone that wants to do that, but reasoning being why I need to discuss that tonight is I will not be here January during the organizational meeting. I will be on vacation, so you will have to amongst yourselves decide who's going to be chair and who's going to be vice chair. And
I did talk to Steve today about this since he wasn't going to be here tonight. I told Steve that we talked about it and he agreed to be the second vice chair. Yeah, and that way, if you step down,
well, he could just be the vice chair, and I can just be.
however you want
I
to
think
work
we
it.
had nominating since he's not here.
Well, we're not doing that till January, so.
Yeah, but
No, if Kyle would be interested in being the chair and Steve be the vice chair, I as a member, I can, I can.
Yeah, you can
I can help you all you
Yeah.
want, I will not leave you hanging, anytime you have a question, just call me or, text me, email me, whatever you need to do, but,
we have already discussed
Yeah.
it
I missed one
behind your
meeting.
back.
I was missed one meeting. What happens?
Yeah,
you don't want to miss a meeting, see?
then
But I have faith in that you can handle it. You've shown to me that you're on top of things and I appreciate that. So, but
so along with that, I'm going to step down as the vice chair next year.
Right.
Obviously, to make room for Steve. And actually, I'm going to step down and become an alternate.
So one
So
of you,
guess who's not? That means you guys show up for the meetings, man. Of course, as we know, an alternate can join in on all the conversations. And you get everything that everybody else looks at. So that way, if there's a massive problem that, which so far we haven't had any, I can interject. But based on my other activities and stuff, I felt that would be fair. I've waited this long, so people such as both of you, would get acclimated so that I can do that.
just things to think about, so we know what's going on. Like I say, I will not be here January for the organizational meeting, so.
Oh, we'll just move to postpone it till February.
That's fine with me. I don't. Like I say. And I think it's good that people can learn.
Mhm.
And get the experience down the road, because I'm not gonna be here forever. So. Anyways, that was
Well, yeah, and I think it's great that we have two alternates.
yeah, we've had no alternates for so long. It's like,
Yeah.
it's been great.
And it doesn't, if you have it, like Kyle, if he gets tied up in traffic or something, he can call. We have somebody to take the place, especially if, we're gonna have a hearing or something like that. I think that's great. And just like tonight, Steve's not feeling well. So you got to vote on a motion.
You're doing the job, you're ready.
So anyways, we will have this hearing next month. I'm not sure how we're going to proceed with this. It's kind of, I've done some work with looking at this. And those lots were made before zoning, basically. And so it doesn't meet the requirements of today's zoning, but it met the requirements when it was made. But it can be split and meet the requirements of today's zoning, so that's kind of where it stands, so. I know from the one that happened before that one neighbors are gonna be here and reject.
Well,
That's one person.
I haven't made up I've seen this come in because of the zoning commission. I talked about it also. to me, it's a no, it would be not a problem. And the current owners bought it. Prior to zoning, for a long time ago. I noticed they bought it in 21. So to me, that creates a little, I need to do some research on that.
Well, I researched it clear back to when it was split.
Right, but what I'm saying
And-
is, what did, when you're talking about,
And this is not the first Jacobus to own it.
huh?
Not the first Jacobus to own that property. It was owned by Jacobus before.
Right, but what I'm saying is the current owner knew what the property was. It wasn't like they were left from 88.
Yeah.
So that, to me, that creates a bit of a problem, not necessarily for just this property, but other properties, if you're setting a precedent.
Well, the thing is, there's 13 of those properties in a row right there that all have the same problem.
Yeah, they do.
They was all split off. Let's say 68 or something like that, or
Mhm.
I mean, but like
Long time.
long time ago. Yeah, but like so, so there's 13 of those properties that were split off to what the zoning standard was at that time. Since then, the zoning standard has changed, so they all became non-conforming lots, all 13 of them. So,
So what did it change from to?
well,
It's
there was,
agricultural.
it was, yeah, it was, they were all right now agriculture. Like, they're all A1s, right?
It was a farm and then they split it up.
And back then you could have 1 acre lot. So then they decided that 1 acre wasn't enough for septic systems, so they made it up to 2. So, so yeah, it's. But when the road frontage requirement back then was not what it is today. And so I'll try to research that. I'll go through my steps. I did that a couple months ago.
I would check.
And I'll try to bring that information in so everybody can see when it was split, how it got to where it is today.
I would check when everybody's studying the hardship. And is this truly a hardship? Because they knew what the property, or should have known what the property was when they bought it in 21. So what happens,
How does the hardship weigh in?
huh?
How's the hardship?
I'm
weigh?
just saying, if you try to use that play. There are some other ones that may come in based on this also, that have been turned down in the past. Now they have a new owner, and that owner is thinking about doing this. And so what are we creating here? Just food for thought.
How do you convert non-conforming to conforming? Is it change of ownership? You can do that.
No,
No, it was the zoning, but, well, at what point does the owner have to take responsibility for what it's zoned? Now,
So
the
it's
good part about
currently
this one,
non-conforming?
huh?
It's currently non-conforming?
no, it's
It conforms with-
it's a legal A1, but when you change the zoning from A1 to FR1,
It'll be conforming.
you got to conform to the
Yeah, that's the
FR1.
good thing about the property, is if they get the variance, they'll be, zoning wise, they'll be in better shape than they are now.
Right.
Because they
Because-
will be conforming at that
Right,
point.
because you could, when you divide it, you basically make one of them be as a flag lot. Or, but see, the zoning, the frontage requirement for FR1 is a lot less than A1. But the way it's sitting right now, it's not enough there for 2 FR1s. So when you take the second lot and you come off the road, you have to have at least 60 feet up there. And then when it comes back so far, it has to widen out to the what the requirement is. It's kind of complicated. It's like,
Yeah.
I got one next to me. It's similar. And but it's already a FR1. They got changed
Yeah,
a long time ago. And then my house sits on an acre and 3/4. It doesn't fit any of it. But
that's right. You should leave the township.
I should leave.
But not the
Fill me
sea.
out.
Huh?
We don't even believe in the sea.
Oh, don't mind leaving the city.
Yeah, not,
No.
yeah, hold on a second.
We
Yeah.
Believe that.
But see, when my lot was made, one of it came off the Jackson farm, one came off the Clark farm. And that was the hired hand that helped work on the farm. And they had acre and 3/4 and they put a house on it. And that's where the farm helped live. And I talked to Dave Jackson about this. He said back in the day, the reason why they let 1 acre lots is because what the farmers wanted was the kids wanted to live on the farm. But they didn't want to take up all the good tillable land for these big lots to put a house on, so they put them on 1 acre lots. So there's several of those around 1 acre lots with a house on it that either the children of the farmer or their hired hands or whatever had built a house on. And that was a common way back then. That was before they even had zoning, it wasn't even
In theory, what we decide on this one applies to the other similar lots in that strip.
no, they'd have to come and apply each one.
But you couldn't give different answers to each one, could you?
They could, it would be setting a precedent.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So how the one 2 doors down, has it already been through this process?
Here, I'll give you the backstory on that. That happened. The neighbor sued him. He was too late in filing the lawsuit and the court floated out.
They
So
went beyond the 30-day.
went beyond the 30 days windows of his to appeal the decision. And so the court wouldn't accept it.
It wouldn't have been late.
The court would have heard the
They
case.
would have heard the
Just-
case.
just for-
That what they would have decided, we don't have no idea, but they was too late
Right.
filing their claim to. So the one couple lots down. I mean, the zoning commission approved it because you're allowed to split the lots and create that. And the trustees approved it. And the neighbor was upset. And so he filed a suit, but he didn't get his papers filed in time.
It's not the same neighbor for this guy, is it?
Yes, they're coming. I would
That's
assume,
How you knew they were coming.
yeah, that's how we knew they were at the zoning meeting with a lawyer. When they decided they needed a variance. That was the best way to handle it.
What's the grounds they would argue?
The same thing we talked about. But because we have a 30-day waiting period. So you don't have where the zoning commission would grant it and you immediately get your FR1 and then there's a 30-day window. And then during that 30-day window, the neighbors were saying it's illegal. But by having a variance, making it legal, see what I'm saying?
Yeah, correct.
So they didn't have the variance portion. So for
But-
that 30 days,
They can still
they can still file
on our variance.
yeah, they have to go to court on the variance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not a referendum.
No.
They can't referendum, they have to go to court.
The-
But if it was automatic, in other words, if you didn't have a waiting period, they would, once that was granted by the zoning commission without a waiting period, they'd immediately be legal.
Right. They're going to agree second.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the zoning commission has to go through the trustees on the second step before it becomes legal.
Well, right, but once I'm saying that's done,
Yeah.
if there was no waiting period,
The only time we've had that, the BZA was on the dog kennel. And one of the person in the township went to anything we do goes to the Court of Appeals. That's the only option out there. Doesn't go to the trustees, it doesn't go to any, it just goes right to the Court of Appeals.
There's nobody in the township that can override us.
And so
Has
they
to go to court.
went to the Court of Appeals on the dog kennel. And the bad thing about that is it took over a year before they even heard the case.
It's really bad.
Yeah, so that ties up the whole thing for a long time. It's not a priority at the Court of Appeals. And then what happens then, in that case, the judge decided
Is
that
training
was,
center?
that wasn't an adjoining property owner and they had no, so they, he
Uh,
thrown it out because they wasn't an adjoining property owner.
no.
So. So, yeah,
Dog kennel was down at,
so to go to the Court of Appeals, then it will delay it forever, and then the fact that you may or may
That's a problem.
win or lose is
There's the garage.
way down the line. Like I say, that
no,
person
that's
lost,
Rogers, yeah.
Yeah, they were up here, what, a year or two ago.
so I don't know how much it
I'll
costs
go to
them
Rogers.
monetarily to go through all that process, but. Yeah. But, yeah.
They're not super cheap, but they're good. Conscientious.
I may have someone from the prosecutor's office here next month for this to make sure, just make sure we do it right. So.
Something I noticed on the application. I was just reading through it. If you look at on the main page. Current use AR1 residential.
Right.
And then proposed use is also AR1 residential. I don't want them to get any further and it be what? Is it supposed to say FR1?
Yeah,
Yeah. We can correct that the night of the hearing.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was corrected before it goes any further and then somebody says, ah,
good catch.
wrong wording, and then they're kind of at scratch.
Yeah.
On that, so.
Well, that proposed should be FR1.
Well, I don't know, because we can't change the zoning. That goes to the zoning commission and trustees.
Let's see. Proposed use.
Cause isn't that what they're trying to, the proposed use would be what they're trying to get to? So it
They're
should
trying
say
to make
FR1.
it,
Well, see, we can't rezone it. That has to go back.
yeah, so what they're
We-
trying
we-
to do.
we're doing.
No, that's correct. AR1's correct because
Because we're gonna give them a variance
on the lot itself,
on the lot itself, then it goes back to the
zoning commission.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure
The
that
zoning
was right,
commission-
because they
that
were the
was
same
right.
thing, so
Yeah.
I just wanted to,
I'd think about that for a second, but it,
Yeah.
we
because the other
can't,
ones I saw, they were.
It's a brain
different.
teaser.
we can't change the zoning. We're gonna give them a variance to allow them to go back to the zoning commission to repeat the zoning change.
Okay, so.
We may or may not give them that. We could deny it, so that's up to whatever happens in the hearing.
Okay, so if we say, yes, you can do this, then it has to go back to the zoning. And then they decide
To give them.
yes or no?
Yeah,
On an FR1, yeah.
Okay,
but we can say, yeah. We would say, yeah, we're gonna give you, allow you to do that as a variance, then they have to go back to the zoning commission. And then zoning commission will have to put a thing in to rezone it to FR1. And then they give a recommendation to the trustees and the trustees have the last say. So it will take several more steps to get there. So, and if we get stumbled up there somewhere and we can't really decide what we're gonna do because of the language of how to do it, we can recess it. Take it up next month or the month after, or, you know, go find some information, get some legal advice, and then come back and proceed. We don't have to make a decision that night. And we're not under any time constraint, you know. If we decide that we're not sure what we're gonna do is right, and we need some more advice, just adjourn the recess the hearing, don't adjourn it, we recess it to a time certain, so we don't have to re-advertise it. And then, good, then we'll get our information we want and come back and proceed. So we don't have to rush it through. We don't have to make a decision until we be sure we have all of our ducks in a row and all that. So this is going to be kind of complicated. It's the most complicated thing I've ever had to deal with. So it's not gonna be just black and white, you know. That's why I say I may have if I get someone representatives from the prosecutor's office that night. And if we get stuck on what we should do, we might go to executive session with our legal advisor and discuss it out and come back, or then we may recess it till we get, maybe he don't know the answer either and to have to research it. Cause it's like new ground really, so it's like, I don't know, I don't have a direct answer. I don't know how it's gonna play out. It depends on who shows up for the hearing, what kind of, you know, what kind of question they got. And like I said, like Jim said, they'll probably bring an attorney with them. Don't fear an attorney. They're just a person. They just have opinions. They're not the judge. They don't write the law. So, yeah,
That's the 16th.
I've dealt with them before.
Yeah.
So,
I'm on vacation.
you on vacation next month?
I am now.
As of now, he's on.
Yeah, wife, we're going on vacation.
Where we
Just,
going?
just so we all know what we're up against. And it's like I say, you know, this is a whole new territory. I've never been here before on this kind of a thing. So I don't know. I've been looking at how it got this far. And I know what's happened in the past, and I don't know. But I think Michael and I are going to have a discussion about getting our legal representative here that night.
You know,
'Cause
hope
there's-
he's available.
Yeah.
Hope he's not on vacation.
If not, if not, we get to a stumbling point, we'll just recess it.
They
And
have a whole office full of them. Okay, they can send somebody.
yeah, that's right. At least, Corey's familiar with it. That's,
Yeah,
you know, he knows it, so that's. Yeah, but it being the close to Christmas and stuff, they may be on vacation.
well, but he lives in Westerville, so he should be able to stop down. Come over, whatever.
So we'll take each hurdle as we get to it, you know.
So what should we be doing between now and next month?
Not particularly. We don't have no information, we have no
We don't have-
facts. No,
Okay,
we
so
just.
don't do anything, we'll just say, here it is, and we wait till
You,
next
you
month.
could, I don't know what you could even study it on. I don't know what they
Okay.
look at.
Well,
I'm gonna look at the difference between the frontage between FR1 and AR1.
Might,
the other one is he's asking for a variance. If you go to the zoning code on the BZA, and it'll list, variances and that type of thing, study up on what a variance is and what you're allowed to do and not do on a variance. Then also that information that was actually put in the minutes from last month, where you go to the website and pick up, information off of that. Sometimes they get in a little more detail.
Yeah.
But it's good to learn it.
Sure.
But yeah, pick up, what you can do and what you can't do on a variance. That's what they're asking for, so that's where you're going.
the biggest word that's gonna be stumbling on the whole variance is hardship.
Mhm.
And there's a thing called the Duncan standards that tells you about hardships too. I think you might find that somewhere.
Now, there was a state Supreme Court ruling on Duncan, the Duncan standard.
Yeah.
But we probably don't have it with us.
Again,
Well,
No,
I had it at one time.
yeah, we had it one time.
It might be able to find.
Bill probably has it somewhere in that mess. In his archives,
here they are.
the Duncan standard.
Here. Huh?
I heard there's 3.
Yeah,
They-
I got it.
No,
I got it even.
got 7.
That's about right.
That's from the prosecutor's office. There it is. Yeah. Consider the 7 Duncan factors.
Okay.
All we ought to do is make copies of this and hand it out. Can you do that for us, please?
It's like
I think it's just that one,
like 7 copies.
one page. For page 1.
Just this one.
Yeah. Anyway, it's the Supreme Court ruling, so they call it the Duncan standard. Since that's the highest court in Ohio.
There's one of the factors of zoning knowledge. Whether they knew or didn't know about the zoning restrictions when they bought.
Well,
Well, that's not our responsibility.
No. In fact, Pete was talking. Pete Griggs was talking at one of the trustee meetings, who is a private real estate lawyer that the township employs. And he gives us, like our overlays and that kind of stuff. He gives us a lot of advice on that. And one of the things he got up and said was, there comes a point when the public needs to educate themselves.
Yeah.
In other words, you can't come in and say, I didn't know it was zoned that. Well, how long you lived there? I lived there 5 years. You didn't look into the zoning before you moved in. You've lived there 5 years and you still don't know what it's zoned. Or what you can do with it.
Right.
And his comment was, there is a point where it's the responsibility of the public to educate themselves.
here's the original one we got in 2001.
Of course.
Is it the same?
I think so.
Did you change it?
I didn't change it.
I didn't.
Thank you, actually.
That's when we first learned about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Actually, the wording's just a hair different.
Yeah.
We have anybody online?
Yeah, one.
We get them on the roster, attendance?
Yes.
My contention is, according to our zoning resolution, it's allowed.
Hmm?
It's allowed according to our zoning resolution. You're allowed to split the lot.
Mhm.
And most lot splits doesn't require a variant or anything from BCA, and it doesn't require a hardship or not a hardship. So I know when my father had the house in the barn next door, and we had 7 some acres or whatever, and he split it in three parcels. And we just went to the zoning commission and asked for lot split. And had it all drawn up. They said, okay, and they go to the trustees, and they said, okay, and done. So I don't know, but that was 20 years ago.
Homework.
Homework.
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of homework.
These for us to take with us, or can we give them back to you for next time?
That's yours,
I can give them back to you for next time.
and that's yours.
Keep you fancy in the office. You can take the papers on the inside. Don't take the folks back.
Well, then what's he got there?
His name folder.
This one we,
Helps keep me organized.
That's
One-
right.
the one we have. The Jacobus give us is ours. She has the original.
You guys keep your Jacobus one. Thank you.
You want just the empty folder thing back?
Grab it for you when you're done.
Let me reuse that next month.
Motion adjourned.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
I,
All right, pose same sign. We're adjourned.
no opinion?
That's it.
Okay, so I gotta write to the township trustees about keeping my position, correct?
You gotta write him what?
I gotta,
His term's up.
I'm up. My term's up.
Mhm.
So I
You're
just have
staying?
to